The purpose of this resource is to provide guidance for utilizing scaffolds that are embedded in your EL Education District curriculum. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding during the learning process. It's a temporary support that acknowledges what students already know, the barriers they will face in achieving new learning goals, and the instructional support that will benefit them in negotiating those barriers. Throughout this learning opportunity, we'll focus on examples of scaffolds that already exist within the EL education lessons using Lesson 9 from Grade 5, Module 2, Unit 1. An EL education scaffold overview for elementary ELA grades 2 through 5 can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and the teacher planning tools for your grade level curriculum. Please refer to this document for additional supports as you plan. The lesson components listed on the slide are where you can locate embedded scaffolds within lessons and will be highlighted throughout this presentation. The learning targets for this lesson are: I can prepare for a science talk about why scientists study the rainforest by identifying appropriate evidence from text about the rainforest. In this lesson, students prepare for a science talk during which they will synthesize their learning about the rainforest from the first half of Unit 1 to answer the question, why do scientists study the rainforest? This discussion will provide formative assessment data on students' progress toward SL 5.1, which is formally assessed on the end of Unit 1 assessment. Some students may require additional support when preparing questions for the science talk. Continue to use goals 1 and 2 conversation cues, help all students talk and be understood, and help students to listen carefully to one another and seek to understand. The design of this lesson supports ELLs and other students needing support by scaffolding opportunities to use oral language in a structured way. ELLs may find the participatory learning approach challenging. Some may be hesitant to participate. Consider including a norm saying that there are no such things as mistakes when we try our best. Display a video or role play an example of an effective science talk to provide a clear model. A good idea would be to post sentence starters for students to use as reference during the discussion. The universal design for learning is a way of thinking about teaching and learning that helps give all students equal opportunity to succeed. Students who may need additional support with expressive or receptive language may benefit from physical engagement in the science talk. Consider developing sets of nonverbal signals such as thumbs up, nodding in agreement, the hang 10 symbol for I agree. Students who may need additional support organizing the ideas in writing may benefit from a partially completed note catcher. If some students need more practice searching a text to find evidence, consider completing the right-hand column and asking them to go back to the text and find the evidence that matches the provided statement. Build excitement about the science talk by explaining how they now get to be experts just like scientists. Consider sharing short examples of famous scientists who study the rainforest to make science talk more relevant to students who may not personally know a scientist. The vocabulary in this lesson revolves around the learning target, so be sure to unpack the language of the learning target. For those who may need additional support with expressive language, write lines of dialogue on the collaborative discussion anchor chart to illustrate what effective participation sounds like. For ELLs and students who may need additional support with writing, before pairing students for independent work, complete a few items on the model note catcher as an interactive writing experience. Call on students to help find evidence and write it on the note catcher. Provide differentiated mentors by purposely pre-selecting partners. Consider meeting with the mentors in advance to encourage them to share their thought process with their partner. For ELLs and students who may need additional support in planning and writing, model doing quick sketches within the note catcher as placeholders for information. Say you can sketch first so you don't forget the information you want to add. Then tell them they can go back later and write. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding during the learning process. Refer to the EL Education Scaffold Overview for grades 2 through 5 for additional resources. As a reminder, additional resources and professional learning videos can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and in the teacher planning tools for your grade level curriculum. If you need additional support with differentiating scaffolding lessons, you may wish to reach out to the experts in your building, the ESL teacher, the special ed teacher, intervention coordinator, or contact the central office teacher assigned to your school for support.